Hey everyone, can you see? Can you hear me? Good morning. Kind of looks strange on my end, but hopefully you can. I do see a couple people in here. It looks like we got Mr. Landfill. So hey Phil, good to see you. Good morning. Uh, it's probably mid-morning there, getting closer to noon where you're at, I believe, right? And then J Mary, last one. Good to see you. And I saw you had commented real early. You rock, and you gave a thumbs up. Yeah, awesome. Thank you very much. We're starting a little earlier this week. It's like you had gone to get coffee. CDB, hey CDB. So good to see you. I hope your morning's doing all right. Mr. Landfill says 10. I guess that's a my 5x5. Awesome. Well, good morning, y'all. It was a nice sunny spot. I was sitting here. The sun's behind a tree right now, but that's all right. The chickens are hanging out back here with me. So welcome everyone who's here, who shows up to all the streams. 10 a.m. Okay. So I appreciate it very much. It's good to see you again here. And if you're new or haven't been here before, watching in replay maybe, my name's Matt with Grafted Branch Homestead. So we're here on our urban homestead. Hey, RG, good to see you. GM, Matt, and hello to all in chat today. Good morning. Yes, it is good to see you. Actually, I'm a little bit behind on some of your videos I was looking at late last night when I was kind of falling asleep, but so I have those in my play later here for today. That's exciting. Little birds flying around. So start earlier this morning. It's better for me. I get up a lot earlier, and then I have to work Sundays. So today I had a few extra chores, and as well. So starting a little earlier is just going to help me out. My family's usually half of them likes to sleep in, and that's fine. And the other half on these days, and the other half is Casey. My door's gonna slam on this is Casey, and he's usually following me around the morning. But everyone decided to be a little sleepy today. That's all right. It's Memorial Day weekend here. Um, but anywho, I went on a rabbit trail there. We're here on our urban homestead, and we're a homestead and training, learning, trying to do the things, and teach kids what's right and a better way to live. So that's kind of what we're doing here. This Sunday morning stream, again, like my live streams, is kind of free, a little bit, I guess. And so I like to take this time in the morning when it's light to show my garden. I'm usually up at 4:30 to 5. Yeah, that's a little earlier than I am. I'm usually up about 5:30, I guess. But yeah, and then I'm a zombie for a while. But yeah, and so I like to show my garden, some of the plants, some of what's going on outside here, some of the animals who are hanging out with me, and then we end it with some garden tea with Farmer Casey, or some tea with Farmer Casey. We will probably start the garden tea in about 2 weeks now that the herbs are growing and those things. Back with a fresh cup of coffee, awesome. I need to get my cup of coffee, but I'm just we're gonna walk around. I haven't done any of my chores yet here. I purposely waited because of the stream. There's not a lot to do this morning, and I'm not gonna get into the bigger ones like the cleaning that I got to do later. It's just the feeding and watering the animals. So I'll take everyone along with me, and we'll show some plants and things, and uh, feed the animals here. So come along with me for a minute here. Right now I am and I got my front facing camera so I can see chat. I don't have to hold the camera, kind of funny. I'm sitting over here near my back 40, my back 40 foot here of my urban homestead. They're joining us. They're back there. That's becoming a small compost pile. And I need to clean here too. Back here, my wife has been planting things. This year, we've really struggled with seeds growing for whatever reason. I've tried different vendors, different packets, uh, different methods, and some of them do well, some just have not this year, and I'll show you throughout. But that's part of gardening, and that's why you got to do it and learn. The little seed starts we had planted inside and got them out here. Some of those did well, some did not. We had some really good uh, temperature drops at night. We had a pill bug problem, and then a huge hailstorm that kind of wiped out a lot of the gardens. We are starting over in some areas. These we hadn't planted yet, but my wife has some mystery stuff here. Excuse me. Hear the roosters there. So back here we got some cantaloupe and a squash. There's a couple melons. This is just clovers, some cover crop because the chickens aren't allowed back here now that it's spring. A couple beans going. Beans is something we struggled getting going this year just because of the temperature differences, I think. But there's still time to plant them, luckily, in our grow zone. So I need to come and see if I can do this with one hand. There's still time to plant them in our grow zone, so we're still doing that. Kind of trying to frantically get as much planted before it does get too hot. It's getting up close to 90. I think this week it's supposed to be up to 90 or something like close to it. And it's hard to do with one hand. One moment. Yeah, look at the dirt for a sec. So we're trying to get all that planted. Still with me? Okay, cool. And here we got cucumbers, and so these are market cucumbers, and they have been flowering like crazy. And I am pulling all those flowers off. And I'm going to do that until this plant is up tall enough, big enough to get on the trellis. That's because I don't want it putting energy into the fruit right now. I want that growing that plant, and the root's nice and strong. So I'll come along and pluck these off. And that sounds counterintuitive. You know, when you see the plant, you want it to have fruit right away. But it's actually better for it in the long run if you don't let it fruit until it gets a little, pretty well established. So there we go. We'll pick those off. This one's getting up a little bit bigger, so it's getting close to me letting it go. And then there's a volunteer. You'll see a lot of volunteer plants. This year I just cover cropped everything. And it actually works out well, even the weeds, because I can just come in here and pull everything that I don't want instead of mowing it or keeping it from growing. And of course, then I can give that to the ladies there. They enjoy that. And so over here we got other cucumbers. These are ones that were planted inside and then replanted out here. And then I think some temperature differences there stunted them. They're not doing anything. So we've direct sowed some other pickling cucumbers in here. This is our carrot bed. Now carrots can be difficult to grow depending on your climate. Here it's so dry and hot at times that with carrots you have to keep the soil moist or they'll die right away. So that's something we've been fighting, but there are, you can see, they're all popping up. They're all coming up here. And over here, my wife has some other things planted. There's some volunteer onions and stuff. This is my Jerusalem artichoke, or my sunchokes. And so these are a excellent plant. I talk about them a lot. So if you've been here, you've heard me. But these have all grown back by themselves in these rocks here. And so they grow the tubulars underground, the kind of, I don't know, weird looking things. Really tasty, kind of like a potato, I guess. They're a lot sweeter. And so these will grow like a potato underground, and then the tops will get like 12-foot high stalks like sunflowers and have these little yellow flowers. Awesome plant. Back in here, my wife has a chaos garden, she says. So I'm interested to see what comes up back here. And then again, this one here's some cantaloupes. This is actually a volunteer. The volunteers are doing better than the other ones. And so this one might be dying. I don't know. That root looks kind of odd. Anyhow, we've had some really good luck with things and some just no luck with things that we've done before. Got a treat for the birds. There's my wheat and some more cucumbers. Wheat is drying out so I can harvest it. If you'll notice, I harvested some of it around, so we took a tenth of the best of it a week ago or so there. In here I got sweet potatoes going. They're popping up. Some volunteer onions and the motherwort. This is Concord grapes. Now last year we got almost 20 pounds. We got 17 pounds of Concord grapes. So here I expect to get a lot more. I need to put another line or table up here to support it. But you'll see these will flower and then start turning to grapes. A lot going on there. And I let the chickens come through here from time to time to pick off any bugs or grasshoppers that might be there, low-lying fruit. Hey there, Casey. We'll get to you and T in a moment. Let me check the comments real fast. I'll have to get to everyone's comments in a moment. I can't see them too much right now. sun should come out any moment. We're gonna come around here though, and we're gonna get these birds some water, treats, food, different things. Today they're gonna get their coop clean. This is one of their most favorite treats, so they are super excited for this. And so we got some watermelon there. They're done molting. They're kind of finishing up. They're starting to look better. And I actually have a couple pieces because of their pecking order and the new birds. They will keep. They won't let some of them eat. So Mickey's over there too. I'm gonna come sneak this over here. We'll change your water out in a minute. You check their food levels. This thing needs to be topped off today. Yep. He's protecting Betty, who's still broody. Let's go get Mickey a piece, and then we'll come back and get other food. And so y'all are just gonna have to kind of bear with me, follow me around for some chores things. Hopefully you can see. I can't see the screen because it's a front-facing camera right now. So I'm just kind of holding it. We'll make our way around to Mickey. Let some light in here. Our letters are all falling off. Hopefully we'll redo that this summer. There we go. And we'll come get eggs later. I need to replace this screen this week, and I have a window, a shutter to go on there. Here we got catnip, and so I show that quite a bit. But that's going to go in tea and some other things. My elderberry I grew from a stick. It looks like it might be doing okay, hopefully. We got some watermelon. This is chamomile. There's some carrots and some other volunteer plant. Over here we got fennel. Solo's over here. He's not feeling too great this morning. I think he got in the compost last night. Let me open this up. Way around. No one's in here right now. And it's a mess in here too. Another spot I gotta clean. I'll put a little door there so Nikki can be back there right now. And all their feathers from the new birds getting their feathers in. I know, look Nikki, I got you some watermelon. I can get it out. There we go. Look Nikki. With watermelon. Those other birds see it. These are great, by the way. I have them everywhere, and we've had no fly problems this year. A ton of flies, but no problems. Those things really work. So we'll come in here. Sorry to make you guys dizzy with my camera. And we'll clean up in here today as well. It's going to be a big cleaning after the live stream. Everyone doing okay? I think I left my water out there. Got a little bit in here though. We can top on. I got to clean all their trays. That needs to be done about once a week. And here we got 14 females, and even the ones that were missing feathers from the other cages from kind of being pecked are doing much better right now. See, these guys should have enough water. Yeah, we'll come pop it off in a minute, but they are out of food, and we need to clean up their egg tray. We got a lot we got to do. Hey there, Farmer Casey. Hi. We'll get to you in a sec here. There we go. So these lights are on just because it's cloudy or overcast. Anyways, I let them stay on during the day. They're just kind of daytime running lights and LEDs. The battery I put in, the 75 amp hour. Yeah, that's right. This 75 amp hour battery works excellent. I never ended up replacing this charge controller. I'm just using this cheap one because I actually got a Power Queen 100 amp hour lithium-ion PO4, I believe it is, battery inside. My first one of 4 that we'll be building our indoor power bank. And so the charge controller is going to go with that. So the way you do these things, or any of these things we do here, is piece by piece. And that's how I do it, at least. I don't have a lot of money or things to start, so every 2 weeks, every week, or something like that, every month, depending on what it is, every 6 months or more. I purchase an item. So instead of spending my money on some other things, that's how I choose to do it, either whatever I need or projects I'm working on, how I acquire anything I do. So I had started by building these quail cages, and then when I ended up getting the funds, I got these ones, which I like a lot. So we're gonna go around to the front garden, and then when I get inside, I'll catch up on everyone's chat, and we'll have tea with Farmer Tasty. Let's see what time it is now. 8:17, doing good. All right. Hey, puppy. Oh, over here, potatoes are doing great. And so if you've been watching, the way I did it is I planted them down here. They grow tubulars, plant grows up. Once it got past this edge, I covered it with dirt, and then the tubulars grow off of the stems, and the plants grow up above the dirt. And so I continued that process all the way up, and so it's full now, basically to the top. But these grow real well, and when they fall over and start to die, I'll put a tarp down here and pull these boards out. They just pull up and out and dump all the dirt, scrape it down, and get my potatoes. This is another one I just really wanted to work, but it didn't. And so I tried 3 different packets of peanut seeds to grow, and did research on it, everything, and they just didn't grow. I'm not sure. More potatoes, more potatoes. These are Gold Rush. This is my tomato plant for a grafting project here that I am doing this week. I was waiting on a few things. Anywho, let's see, there's some mess here. And so this is where my kids had their old trampoline. Well, you can see, there we go, kind of. And so all I've really done so far is I took it apart, it's broken, and I screwed some holes and screwed it together. So it's in 2 segments here. And so next step is to get some 2x6s, and I will strap them to either end, and I'm going to notch them, dovetail them, and pull them together, and that's going to give me a 14-foot base on here, and then we'll put some 10-foot side holes on it. Anyhow, it'll come along pretty quickly here with the heat. That's a big goal of mine. So you're going to look at the ground now for a minute. There's some things I don't want to show. So we're going to come around here to the back garden. And my wife has some flowers, and to the front garden. My things are some sweet potatoes, chili. In here we had harvested a lot of garlic, which is doing great. We'll be braiding that. These are some onions that are going, and just some wheat. There's some elephant garlic, which is almost done, waiting for that to finish up. Over here, all these plants got mowed down by pill bugs. So now they're growing back, but we got some beans going, some okra and beans. My peach tree. Over here coming around, medicinal herbs, yarrow. We got lavender and sweet mint, thyme, sage, more thyme, buzz button. All these plants too, they're starting to pop up now, but I don't know if they're being eaten or what, but growing things in this bed was the hardest. Hey bud, about 5 minutes I'm thinking we're going for tea. Hey, look at that. So if you guys haven't thumbed up, give us a thumbs up. We appreciate it. Hey Casey, go hit oh well, I'll do it in a minute. So in here we had peas. These weren't very successful, so we replanted, and some are popping up, but I think it's getting too hot. We got some radishes. There was supposed to be parsnip here that never did anything. So my wife had put some lettuces in. These beds here in the front, we couldn't get to grow anything. We tried everything, and so we actually now have put some plants in here. That one died, and we're gonna see if they die or what. So we know if maybe it's the soil or if there's a bug or something. However, these are cabbages, and I've never been successful with growing nice cabbage. This year, our cabbages are beautiful. I got them under this net. Not a bug has touched them, and as long as the heat doesn't kill them, I'm hoping this peach tree here, which provides that afternoon shade that gets so intense in the New Mexico heat, is shading them well. So that going on. Over here's our broccoli. You're gonna see a lot of it damaged. That's not bugs, that's hail. Kind of ripped them up, but they're coming back. So this is broccoli. here we got a blackberry we had bought and a raspberry, or 2 blueberries, sorry, and a raspberry. And then my wife has some little short beans and things in here coming up, kind of. Here's some sage. Over here we got the little, there's aromath and some different climbing plants we have there, sunflowers and things. And here we have mint, goji berries. Here is, it's cauliflower. And there's different radishes, I believe. There's another lavender over there, our strawberry plant, which we've just, it's not huge, and it's not the ideal setup for strawberries. You want them hanging over something more so. But we got a lot this year. I might change that and replant that next year. Over here we have our snake gourd. So J. Mary, last one, these are what you'll get. These things can grow like a weed. They really don't need a lot of care. They don't even need good soil, or I even didn't water it some last year. They did great. I have 2. I am going to kill one of them, but whichever one's the weaker one. And that's because I really only need one. One plant will provide me like a 25-foot vine with gourds I'm going to have to be cutting off almost every day. So one of the things I'm doing today is I'll come in here and cut off all these bottom leaves. I just wanted the plant to get a little bit established before I did that. You'll also notice my wife's come in and topped them. That's why they look like that on the top. So these are pepper plants, and some of these we bought because, again, our seeds, we had some issues, but that's okay. We're learning how to seed save. We're learning how to grow from seed. Right now, we still have the option to buy some plants, so I don't think there's anything wrong with that, as long as we're trying to go in that right direction and progressing every year. Anyhow, she topped them, and so what that's going to do is allow it to splinter off or to grow a little bigger from there. Some berries, peppers, things going. Some Brussels sprouts will pop up here. Egyptian walking onions, muscadine grapes. And here we have some other stuff popping up. The hail completely killed my spaghetti plant, so I got more squash plants and more seeds there. So this needs a little bit of water already, but there's something planting in there. Tomatoes, same. I'm going to come cut off the bottoms. I just want them to get established. So then you might see there's little basil and different things popping up all along them. And there's some other stuff, but we're going to go ahead and end it there. All right. Hopefully everyone enjoyed some of that or was able to see it. I didn't see any of those comments. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this camera off and head inside, and we'll have tea with Farmer Casey. We'll look at all your comments and any questions or anything like that. So see you in just a second. Now's a great time to grab a cup of tea, cup of coffee, or whatever you may need. Be right back. Are you ready for it? You want to come in? Go ahead and shut the door. Okay. Do you have your computer? Well, we have lots of computers here then. We can set that down and then we'll say hi to everyone. There you go. Let's check. Here, let's scoot over because you're not quite in frame. There we go.
I do not show how to comment area.
Oh, let's see. You're logged in. Oh, so it's a chat. So it's not letting you though. I think it's because you're on the kid profile. That might be why. But look, I have it set up right here. And so you can type here. But let's go ahead and say hi to everyone. So, hey y'all, how are you? Thanks for sticking through that short little break. And who are you?
Casey, Farmer Casey.
We're gonna speak a little louder.
I'm Casey, Farmer Casey.
Farmer Casey, yep. And this is Garden Chat with Matt and Garden Tea with Farmer Casey, right? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And so, how's your morning going?
Good.
Good. It's a little bit earlier this morning, huh?
Yeah.
We're kind of sleepy still. So we got a couple people in here. We're gonna check comments because I hadn't really done that yet. So let's do that first. So everyone was saying good morning, and good. Let's see. RG had joined. We'll start here. There we go. And so Mr. Landfill, he had to go about an hour drive ahead of him. So we missed you. If you watch this in replay, hopefully your drive went well and have a great day there. And some people are saying goodbye. Okay. Mary last one says her peppers are doing great, but her pear tomato is getting too much shade, so she's gonna have to move it. Okay. Yeah. So that's the kind of things we're learning now too, is where they need to be in the sun or the shade, right? Mm-hmm. And where to plant them. So we've kind of planted things in different areas so we can learn that. I think something we should probably get better about is writing down what we find.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're not too talkative this morning, are you?
No.
You don't have to be. You're half asleep. That's okay. That's not a problem. Right, let's see. Matt, has your feed gone up in price a lot? Yeah. So I used to feed the birds, but even the cheap bird feed at Walmart has doubled. It has. It's actually a big concern of mine. And so this is, I guess, something we can talk about, if you don't mind, Casey, for a minute here. It don't? It's just not letting you, I think, because you're on the kid profile.
No, I subscribed, but for some reason it just said you want to unsubscribe.
Oh, yeah. Don't unsubscribe. Like and subscribe. What was I saying there? Oh, yeah. So part of wanting to have self-sufficiency or, some sustainability here, right? So we have the animals, we have the plants. But it does come into question, if I can't buy the feed from the supply to feed them, am I really self-sufficient, which you never completely are going to be. You always need a group of people. And we've been talking about this a lot. That's something we need to incorporate more here. But so I think about that and the feed price. And so they've gone through the roof. It has become somewhat of a problem. So right now, between the chicken and quail, we sell enough eggs to pay for all the feed and supplies. So sometimes we net sometimes we come even, but that's where that's at right now, right? So of course we're losing some profit from that when the feed goes up. So what we do is we try to supplement with the chickens, a lot of food. We give them food scraps and plants I don't want. I showed a little earlier with growing, we're letting the weeds kind of cover crop and things just go, and so I can go pull that. We give a lot of that to the birds, right? And then trying to grow the different grains, aromath and millet and things that, maybe sorghum and corn and stuff. So we can only do that small scale here, but we're learning here. So hopefully we can get some land. We'll know how to produce the feed for our animals. So that's the goal, is to ultimately to get to where they're either free range or we're producing their feed. It is a big concern of mine, and actually something I think about quite a bit, because with wanting to be more self-sufficient and things, we don't want to rely on stuff so much. Anyways, hopefully that helped a little bit or answered your question. Great potato setups, CDB was saying. And I'm thinking of planting those seeds next to your porch so vines can grow up. Yeah, they will. They'll grow up really nice. They don't need a lot of support. Really big leaves. They'll provide a lot of shade. Do really well in extreme heat or cold. We didn't have any problems. The leaves never shriveled up or looked bad at all. And then it'll just grow those gourds everywhere. Just we let them go real big the first year, and then a couple big this last year for seeds and to do those things. But they're actually better to eat when they're small. So if you cut them when they're little, it'll produce a lot more. Don't worry, really quickly too. How fast did those snake gourds grow?
Oh yeah, they grew.
They went huge. Do we have one of the dry ones in here? No, I think I took it outside. Huh?
Yeah, but they're really cool.
They are. Look, I got a bag of seeds. So this came out of half of a gourd. And there's some of the inner part you can see in there too. But so many seeds, and you only need one plant. Do you have okra? We do have okra. That's one of the ones, the pill bugs have been mowing down. So I took care of those pill bugs with the natural killer. And then we replanted the seeds, and okra's coming back. But we like okra, don't we? You like okra. Do you like it? How do you like it better? Sometimes we'll do it fresh, just eat it. Sometimes we cut it up and pan fry it, like that in oil. That's how you like it.
I like it fried, steamed.
And sometimes they bread it too, or we'll bread it.
I like it fried, steamed, and breaded.
Fried, steamed, and breaded.
Not
oh, we did that. Okay. And then you came in, Farmer Casey. All right. Yep. So we're caught up on comments, and our water should be hot. So this morning we're going to have a tea. Yeah. And so which one? We had the color changing tea, the blue tea from Frugal Off Grid last time, right? And that was a lot of fun because that changed color. Really tasty tea, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he has 3 teas. And so, and I actually pick his tonic too. I've talked about. I really like it. So I'm starting to think some of my energy problems and stuff may have possibly been derived from some blood pressure issues, or some of the other issues I've had kind of makes sense. And so with taking that tonic, it's supposed to be for blood pressure, the beet powder and turmeric and things, and been making me feel so good. And I'm kind of thinking maybe that was kind of why, because some of the water tension and things is gone. Anyhow, I don't care about any of that, Dad. This is his red tea. So I'm not sure exactly all what was in this one. I had to research on the other one, look on his site. But this one looks really good. So we're going to try it, okay?
And 4 people watching.
Hey, that's awesome. Good. And so all the cool people are in here, huh? We lost Mr. Landfill. He has to drive, but we don't want people on YouTube while they're driving. Right?
Phone and drive.
Yeah, you don't want to be on the phone to drive.
But those parents say a lot. Do as we say, not as we do.
We try and we don't want to though. It's dangerous. Okay, so we got our cups, we got our snails, we got our bags, and our spoon. We got our tea. Let's open this up and smell it. All right, there we go.
Violent cup shaking.
What's that?
Violent cup shaking.
Oh. Let's see if I can open it. I had my scissors last time.
Not me.
It's good. They're sealed well. That's what you want.
Let the kids.
Oh, that's just special. There, you open it the rest of the way. I'm going to go get the hot water, okay? Open it, take a smell, let everyone know what you think of the smell. Be free. I'll be right back.
Smell nice. I'm gonna eat this. I don't care. I'm not gonna put it in tea. I'm gonna eat it.
What, you don't eat it?
It smells so good.
Yeah. Okay. Let me get behind you.
It smells.
Let's try not to turn too much, okay? Try and sit still a little bit. Let's smell. All right, let's see. It does smell. Let's see. So my allergies and whatnot, I don't have a lot of good sense of smell. You do. What do you think it smells like?
It smells like tension tamer that you get at Walmart if it was better.
A better version of that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that. So someone probably has some of the ingredients maybe that are in that same tea you like. So we'll take our tea bag here. Our tea bag. And I'm going to fill them up for you. We only need a little bit. My wife keeps telling me, you put too much tea in your bags.
That's the thing. I want a lot of herbs in this tea because I want it strong.
You like it strong. I do too. That's why I tend to make them heavy.
But I want this one to be super duper strong because I like the smell of tea. When I like the smell of tea, I like them extra strong.
Yeah. There we go. We started at an earlier time today too, so we may have thrown some people off.
There we go. I'm gonna do a fire after this live.
Oh, I don't know. I got some chores I gotta do maybe, but.
Well, food.
Okay, you want to show your tea there?
Magical tea. on there.
There we go.
Get back on there.
Go.
Now, piping hot water. Casey, what's your favorite tea? Let's see. I think my favorite tea would be tea.
It would be tea. You like teas. You tend to like the more lemony ones, huh? Or not always. I guess it just depends.
I like all teas.
You like all teas, he says. No favorite.
I remember I had a joke and it says, what starts with a T? What starts with a T and ends with a T and has a T inside of it.
I like this is a cool comment. So we make bread. Oh wait, go ahead and finish your joke. Sorry.
So what starts with a T, ends with a T, and has a T inside of it? A teapot.
That's true. Yep. Okay, so you can see our tea in one moment, and then we'll get to your
Mine's floating.
Comment there.
Down.
And so it's turning red real nicely. Look at that.
You shall not pass.
Okay, so we'll let that seep for a minute. So J-Mary, last one. Have you ever used tea water to make little cakes or bread? I've used coffee to make coffee cakes, but never tried using tea. That might add a nice flavor. It might. So we make breads with herbs sometimes. When we do, we have. Yes. And so maybe to use the tea instead of the water in it. That's a great idea. I bet you that would be really good. And so we'll have to try that.
Yes.
All right, we'll let this go. That's a great idea.
Is this one not turn colors?
So this one doesn't change colors, I don't believe. That's the butterfly pea plant in the other one.
Oh.
This one, I know it has some rose petals. I'm not sure what else is in it. Let's see, we can find out.
Well, it's turning orange, I guess.
It is. Well, while we're waiting for it to go there, we'll find out.
We stare into this computer that you can kind of imagine would be right here. So, but on your guys, you just see us staring into nothing right now.
Let's see. So I'm looking. There we go. I'm pulling up his thing here so we can see what it is that's in this tea. So it's the red tea blend. There we go.
Wait, this is a red tea?
Mm-hmm. This is the red tea.
It's not red though.
Well, it's turning red. Look.
Wow, look, it's red, Dad.
Okay. Let's see if he has it. Let's see. So this one, it says, this beverage is loaded with antioxidants. His blend of hibiscus, lemon balm, and rose, oh nice, is ideal for reducing free radicals in your body. Personally, he uses this blend each day to reduce blood pressure. We were just talking about that. It's a lot of science that shows it works. In fact, he no longer takes blood pressure medication. So I know he has his tonic too for that, but I am, however, not a doctor and will not provide medical advice. Neither are we. And consult your doctor about natural ways to reduce blood pressure if it's something you're interested in. So cool. Very neat.
No, we just drink tea. Go, go, go.
So it does good things for you. Let's see. J-Mary, last one. Butterfly pea plant. I tried to grow that and it was a no-go. I was looking forward to the blue water. Yeah, it's probably not one we'll grow. We'll probably just stick to buying his tea for that.
My tea is orange.
But that's cool. I thought about trying it a long time ago, but I don't know. I don't think I'll grow that one. It's a neat one, but we'll move towards some other things.
Tea's not supposed to be orange.
I'll just buy this one and his tonic. Yours is kind of orange, huh? Well, depending on what leaves, I guess, we got in the mix. It'll probably get darker in a minute. I was also pressing on mine. So let's see.
Press on mine then.
Okay. Oh, yeah, because I put that rose in mine. I don't think I put it in yours, just the hibiscus. That's what it was. This is what we're going to do. We're going to swap snails here. Ta-da. And we'll let that steep in yours for a minute. Did you say hi? Farmer Casey says hi to everyone there.
Hi. Casey, what do you have planted today? Nothing really.
Well, whatever mommy says with good attitude.
Yes.
Yes, because I gotta go to work. There we go.
We got our second tomato off my tomato plant. We didn't think it was going to be good because.
Oh, here, wait till everyone, but speak into this because that's interesting.
So I have a tomato plant, but it's in one of those automated planters.
The arrow garden?
And this arrow garden, and tomatoes don't go that well in automated plant growers, but mine did well. It's growing really big, but we only got 2 tiny tomatoes out of it. It's so cool that we got it right now.
It's very cool.
Because they're not really. You're supposed to put like lettuce and stuff.
Lettuce and things in those arrow gardens. Well, you can grow a lot, but the tomatoes normally won't. They won't fruit in here because you got to pollinate them. But they got pollinated, I guess, huh? Or maybe it self-pollinates that one. I don't know. Let's try our tea.
I don't know, but for some reason, like every time I look, like I can see the difference between my my zombie plant and my tomato plant. Every now and then, I like. It's almost like they're combining. Do you know why?
What?
It's because I saw like 1 or 2 thorns on the tomato plant. Is that weird?
I think they're kind of growing into each other. Let's try our tea. It should be ready.
Mine's piping hot, so I probably won't drink it right now.
It's not too bad. Ooh, that's tasty though. So this one, very good. It's more mild. You sure you don't want to try it yet? You know, wait.
My supply family says, "Are the teas?"
No.
No.
No. You gonna try yours? Very carefully, slowly. That's good. I like that. So, I can definitely taste the rose in it. So it's real florally, just real nice. This is one I think I would like cold a lot too, or warm. I gotta get better at describing these flavors. Ooh, that lemon balm just came through in that. So I got a nice taste of lemon there. And lemon balm's unique. It tastes kind of like the rind of the lemon, I guess. What do you think?
Good.
That's good. So that's some good tea. We're going to go ahead and wrap up here. And so we'll, as always, we open up at the end of the stream to any other questions, comments, celebrations, or anything anyone wants to share. And we'll give a minute for that, and then we'll say goodbye. Oh, I'm going to turn on the screen, though, so we can pull up our like and subscribe video.
So, if you have to say anything, I say it.
It's a good morning. I got to finish feeding the animals. I got some other chores I got to do. And Farmer Casey here has some relaxing to do, and I'm sure Mom will have some things for him to do later there.
Yay, summer break, woohoo.
Well, we have a lot of fun on summer break too, but we can't completely let things go, right? We still have chores.
Oh, that's rude.
That's reality.
No! Why they both have ours in them?
All right, let's see here. Let me find our little like and subscribe, and then we'll say goodbye to everyone. Okay, let me stop it though. It's gonna start playing, but I'll stop it.
Now we're open to questions. Why are you stirring?
I'm staring sideways.
Your own garden? Casey, why are you starting your own garden?
Casey, are you starting your own garden?
Oh,
So we got plants in pots.
we are like thinking about it.
So do you know where it's gonna go, right?
Yep.
Yeah, right where we're building the
Yep.
greenhouse
Yep.
out of your trampoline.
Yeah.
Yep. So Casey's garden is going to be in the greenhouse or hoop house that we're building. So right now we have a lot of his plants in pots, right?
Yeah.
And then you're going to be starting other ones, little seeds in that greenhouse and some other things, right?
Yeah.
And are you planning on keeping this tomato plant, or were you going to change that out for lettuces?
I'm gonna change that out.
Probably change it. It's an indeterminate. It's kind of gone crazy, huh?
Yeah, it's crazy and it looks super duper healthy and it's climbing and it's almost touched the very roof. It almost touched the roof and it's all the way up there. Big roof.
What plants do you want to grow? Is there any special ones you want to make sure you have?
Lemon tree.
A lemon tree? In the greenhouse, we might be able to do that.
Apple tree.
An apple tree. We might have to wait on that one till we get some more land. Any other particular? Oh, yeah, I know which one you want. What's one of your favorite plants we figured out we can grow here?
What?
It's red. When you eat it, it looks like blood.
Basil and tomato.
You like basil and tomato. So we like to pick the basil leaves and then the cherry tomatoes right off the plant when they're warm from the sun and eat them. And then let's see, what's the plant I'm talking about though, with all the little red seeds that you like, that we want to try and grow?
I did not know.
It has all the little red seeds, tons of them, and you eat them. And it makes a mess everywhere.
Pomegranate.
A pomegranate? That would be neat, huh? These are
yes,
bigger
I want
plants.
a cherry tree. I want a cherry tree. Thank you, Siri Bean. Now I want that.
Yeah.
Will you make cooking videos again?
We have that one I worked on last night and got too tired, so that's another thing I gotta get this morning is try and get that finished too.
Yeah, so we are going to, it's up to you guys.
Yeah, if anyone has any suggestions, you can feel free to leave them in the comments. We're gonna hop off here in a sec, but go back to this video when you can and leave in the comments suggestions, and maybe Farmer Casey will get those.
Spice of Life. The Spice of Life family says pomegranate tea sounds.
It does sound good. Pomegranate tea. We've been talking about like strawberry leaf tea and things.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're going to hop off. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
We got a lot to do today. So thank you everyone who came in, stopped by to see what was going on or joined us at this earlier time. One moment. J. Mary last one says, Casey, you should have a tea of the month. That's a great idea. I like that.
Aww.
Many podcasters I watch from knitting and crocheting start their podcast with, what am I drinking? And show off their fancy mugs. She's full of good ideas.
Yeah.
We'll take note.
Yeah. You know, Daddy?
Huh?
When we do our recipes,
Mm-hmm.
so when we do our recipes, when we cook, if we start cooking again, if we start cooking again on our tea time, maybe we can try and make a recipe before we do it, so then people could do it for themselves.
Yeah. Our biggest obstacle is really just time, but
Time.
but good ideas. So thank you, CDB, for being here moderating. Thank you, J. Mary Lasson, showing up as always. RG, I don't know if you're still in here, but thanks for showing up. And Mr. Landfill hopped off. But anyone that watches in replay, you guys have a blessed week, a good day. Go about it with purpose. We'll see you in videos that come out this week and then live stream next week. And we're going to do 8 a.m. Mountain Time again. So see you guys later. Have a good one.